Well then, this is going to be a very civil discussion, I'm sure of it. But with that said, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a random discussion video talking about the My Hero manga. I'm talking about the manga, so if you're anime only, you probably don't want to be here for this, okay? I'm giving you fair warning, now is a great time to skedaddle. Maybe go clean your room because it's filthy. But yes, we're gonna be talking about the manga. Just want you to know that going in, okay? Okay. Now, with that said, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to boop that up snoot and share it if you care, leave a comment down below, all that stuff. Do it, or I'll eat you. Anyway, let's go! Hello everybody, so welcome to another off-the-cuff sort of discussion video. I should make a series called Off the Cuff, which is hilarious because I'm a butler and I wear cuffs. But yeah, like, I should, for the sleeve, don't be weird. But I should make a series called Off the Cuff. But yeah, I've been having this thought rattling around in my brain, and I've been thinking about doing stuff like this more often, where I just sort of have a topic of discussion and I sort of just ramble about it. No notes, no nothing. Usually I have notes, but we're just going completely off the cuff. So if you have any discussion suggestions that you think would make for a good video, let me know in the comments. And when I say make for a good video, I mean actually make for a good video, not just, you know, something I would like that, but nobody else probably would. Make a good video. And I don't even know if this will make for a good video, to be fair, so maybe I'm a big hypocrite, I don't know, but I wanted to talk about this because it's something I've been thinking about. And that is, should Deku kill Shigaraki? This is something that came up during the manga where Nana asks Deku if he will kill Shigaraki. And Deku says no, that he can't do it, that he wants to save him. And eventually that is the correct answer according to the users for One for All, right? They feel as though that was the right move. However, Gran Torino, rightfully in my opinion, points out that sometimes the only way to save people is to kill people. It's the sad reality of things. And now I am speaking as somebody who's been reading comics for a very, very, very long time. Keep in mind, I'm over 200 years old, okay? I've been reading comics since they came out. So I have been with a lot of these characters for a long time, you know? And I have been reading, in particular, a lot of Spider-Man, Batman, Superman comics for ages. Those are my three favorite heroes. Wolverine as well. Wolverine, Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, and Nightwing are probably my favorite superheroes. So those are like my main crew. And the big thing about some of those characters, not all of them, but some of them, is when the time calls for it, some of them kill, some of them don't. And I want to talk about what a hero should do in those situations, as I feel as though when we're talking about My Hero, right? My Hero Academia is so heavily inspired by Western superheroes, right? I feel like that's not even in question. That's just what it is. And so I wanted to really sort of dive deep and dig into that, because I feel like by answering the question, should heroes even kill in the first place, that should tell us whether or not Deku should kill Shigaraki. And again, I do want to know your thoughts in the comments. Just don't be a douche. You know what I mean? Just don't be rude, or I'll eat you. I'm a zombie, I could do that. So yeah, I'm gonna start by saying, should heroes kill? No, with an asterisk, right? I don't think a hero's main modus operandi should be to kill their villains, right? Punisher does that, and he's incredibly morally gray because of it. Punisher's not a hero. I've seen people say, like, Punisher's a superhero. He's not. Punisher is a vigilante, and that's sort of the difference. A hero doesn't usually kill. Batman doesn't kill his villains at all, right? Whereas, you know, characters like, say, Wolverine, they will, right? Superman. If you don't know, my favorite superhero of all time is Superman. And I'm sure some people are going to be like, what? But Superman's so boring. Then you need to actually go read comic books, because that is, in fact, not the case. Superman is a very interesting dude, because at the end of the day, Superman is Clark Kent. He's a farm boy, he grew up in Kansas, and he was given tremendous power. The powers of a god, essentially, right? But he is, at his core, a good person. But the thing is, being a good person, especially when you're living on a farm, you know that there's sort of this unspoken balance to things. Death is sort of a part of life, right? And so, as a superhero, Superman, in my mind, and the way that I've seen him portrayed in comics, and it's something I agree with, is that Superman doesn't kill if there's... Superman will only kill if there is no other way. He doesn't really kill, but if he has to, if there's no other way, then he will. It's not something he's going to be happy about. It's something that's going to haunt him, and he's not going to like it. It's not going to sit right, but he will do it if there's no other way. Because if you don't, do you know what you get? You get Batman and the Joker. And a big issue with Bats and the Joker is that Batman refuses to kill the Joker. Because, and here's the thing, I agree with Bruce on this. Bruce's point of view is that if he allows himself to sink to that place, he is not a strong enough person to come back from that. Clark is. Like, Superman is such a good-hearted Boy Scout, right? Clark could come back from that. It's also kind of a slippery slope, but Clark is the one who could navigate that slope. Bruce, probably not. Every time we've seen an alternate universe where Batman starts to kill, it always goes south. So Bruce isn't that guy. He can't be that guy, right? Nightwing can't either. Nightwing can't do that, right? But Spider-Man's kind of an interesting thing, right? Spider-Man's an interesting one. And I do associate Spider-Man as one of the more closer allegories to Deku. Deku, I mean, lately Deku's been a little bit more of the Avatar, you know? But like Deku, when he started, he reminded me a lot of Spider-Man, right? Actually, you know who he really reminded me of? He reminded me of Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, which is kind of interesting. Although I don't remember who came first, but regardless. Peter is kind of a dork, right? In the same way that Deku is, but he has a good heart. He's a good kid. He's a good kid who does his best. He's from New York. He's a good New York kid, right? He's a good guy. But I've seen Spider-Man not so much kill people. Spider-Man doesn't kill people, but if you've seen the first Batman movie, it's I'm not gonna kill you, but I don't have to save you either, right? That's Bruce and Pete walk that fine line, and I do think that, again, as the closest allegory, would Peter Parker kill someone if he had to? And I'm not talking about Tom Holland. Although, to be fair though, that is an interesting debate. Would Tom Holland's Spider-Man kill someone if he felt like he had to? Because Tom Holland's Spider-Man is actually really close to Deku. Like, in fact, it's kind of spooky how close the two are. Like, not in terms of power, I just mean personality-wise. They're very similar characters. So, that is an interesting debate. Would he do that? Let's say Mysterio has, like, a laser pointed at a city, right? Like, maybe not Mysterio. Let's say Thanos has, like, a laser point... That's a little too... Mysterio. I don't think Spider-Man's gonna do much against Thanos. So let's say... Yeah, let's say Mysterio. Better yet, Green Goblin. Green Goblin has... In fact, we have seen this exact situation play out in the comics, but let's say that Green Goblin has a pumpkin bomb above someone's head, and he is yelling that he is going to blow up the civilians below unless Peter Parker kills him right now, right? He has to kill, or he has to let the people below go, and he can't use his webs because we'll say the web shooters are out of like he's out of fuel, right? Nothing in the web shooters. He can't just web the pumpkin bomb and go. So that's the situation. Would Spider-Man do that? My Peter Parker, he probably would. My Peter Parker would try to find a way, right? He would try to find a way. If there was no other way, then he probably would. Tom Holland, I don't know. I don't know what Tom Holland would do. Like, I don't know what MCU Pete would do. Which leads us back to Deku. Should Deku kill Todoroki? Should Deku kill Todoroki? No. Should Deku kill Shigaraki? Honestly, I kind of think so. Will he? Probably not. I think Shigaraki is at this point, again, this, if you did not leave, this is a huge manga spoiler. If you really don't want to know this. All For One and Shiggy are now sort of stuck in the same body, right? So at this point, All For One is really starting to take over. So here's my big theory. What I think is going to happen is that Deku is going to be put in this position where it's going to be Deku versus Shigaraki. It's going to be All for One versus One for All. And it's going to be this huge brawl. And during that, Shigaraki is going to wrest control away from All for One, right? AFO. He's going to wrestle control away. Because Deku is probably going to be shouting to Shigaraki to let him save him the entire time, right? I can literally picture this, right? Like that Deku is going to be like screaming to Shigaraki to let him save him. That Nana told Deku to let him try to save him, right? And then Shigaraki's going to wrestle control away and he's going to say, "You can't. You can't save me. I can't even hold on to my own body at this point. You want to save me? Kill me." I genuinely feel as though that might be the big finale. Is that like you want to save me? Kill me. Sometimes a hero's got to make a really difficult decision, and what makes a hero is what they do in that moment and how they do it, right? If it was Wolverine would just slice and dice, snicked, right? Wolverine would be like, okay, and we've seen him do that, right? Sometimes a hero has to make a really terrible decision. And it sucks. And no hero wants to be put in that decision because you don't feel heroic after that. Right? But to save everyone, you might have to make that call. And to save everyone, Deku might have to do that. Shigaraki is incredibly strong right now. Like, he is scary strong in the manga. Like, it is... I'm talking like if Beerus went to the My Hero world, he would be like, that's the next god of destruction right there. Shigaraki Tomura. And I am saying that as a big Shigaraki fan. I love Shiggy, right? Like, I don't want Shiggy to die. But I do feel like that might be where we're going. I feel as though Deku is justified. And I feel like that might be the correct choice. Do I hope Deku will find another way? Hell yeah. I certainly hope so. But part of me is starting to wonder if maybe that's what's going to happen. Maybe Horikoshi is leading it so that Deku is going to be put in this sort of unwinnable situation, and the only way he's going to be able to do it is to save somebody is to kill him. Because we already have that line set up from Gran Torino, and I agree with Gran Torino. Maybe it's because Gran Torino and I are older dudes. We've been around the block a few times, we know how it's done, and that just because you kill someone doesn't inherently make you a villain. Right? Like, if the person in question is if somebody is like, I am going to blow up this school full of puppies, right? You'd be like, not the puppies, right? And the only way to do it was to chop that man's head off. You probably would do it. Like, you might do that. So, does that make you a bad person? No. You got blood on your hands, right? You gotta live with that. But he was gonna blow up a school full of puppies. Like, it was Shigaraki. It's like, he will destroy everything. Not just Japan. Everything. Like, everything will fall if Deku doesn't do something. Because let's be real, it ain't gonna be All Might, it ain't gonna be Bakugo, it ain't gonna be Todoroki, it ain't gonna be Endeavor, it's gonna be Deku. That's who it's gonna come down to. It's gonna come down to Deku versus Shiggy. And who's it gonna be? Is it going to be Shigaraki or the planet? If that's the case, I think he should do it. I'm sure people are going to be upset if that happens. I do wonder how the fandom would react, because I'm not going to lie, the My Hero fandom is a very difficult place to read sometimes. Because, like, I'm never sure what they're going to feel about things. My guess is that they might be upset. But I feel... Maybe it's, again, because I'm old and stubborn, like Gran Torino. I feel like Deku would be justified. I wouldn't fault him. In fact, if anything, I feel like Hero Society would probably applaud him for literally taking down the biggest, baddest ass of them all. Like, they would be probably impressed by that. But Deku, the more I think about it, I don't know if that would sit right with him. I think that would haunt him. And that maybe he would feel like being a hero is something that he has to do now forever, as a way to sort of atone for taking a life, right? But maybe that's the journey of a hero, Maybe a hero does the things that regular people can't do. Maybe. I don't know. But I thought it was an interesting discussion, and I wanted to bring it forth to you guys. So do let me know what you think in the comments below. And again, don't be too mean. Or you can. I'm going to be honest, I don't really check the comments after the first hour, so you know, mostly because they tend to be really mean, and people will tell me that I talk too much, even though that's in the title name or channel name. I am stupid though, so that's the thing. Anyway, gonna end the video here. And there you have it, everyone. That is going to do it for today's video, so I certainly hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to boop that up snoot, share if you care, leave a comment down below, and of course, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and set notifications to all. Let all of AniTube know that you're here. And of course, before we go, I have to give a huge thank you to my wonderful masters who help support this channel, either by joining us via the link in the description to our Patreon page or by hitting that join button right beside the sub button down below. Either way helps support this channel tremendously, and I would sincerely appreciate it if any of you even consider it. Thank you very, very much. But with that said, that is going to be it for today, so my masters and guests, I certainly hope to see you again soon, and until then, clean your room. It's filthy.